Thank you, Mr. President. Sudwind would like to extend its warmest welcome to His Excellency Mr. Zaid al-Hussein and to wish him best of luck in the execution of his mandate. We too share the same concerns about the situation of human rights, especially in Middle East and North Africa. The presence of a High Commissioner, highly experienced on humanitarian and human rights activities, who himself is from the region, could certainly play an important role in the de-escalation of ethnic and religious conflicts that are going on in the Middle East and North Africa. The continuation of the civil war in Syria, whose responsibility falls directly on the government, has had more than 190,000 victims and has led to the eruption of human rights violator groups such as highly equipped ISIL and associated groups. ISIL is not only a threat to the region but also a threat to the world, and their actions certainly amount to crime against humanity and genocide. The reactions that other militant groups such as Iraqi Shia militia have had toward the atrocities performed by the ISIL are as horrendous as that of the ISIL and must be stopped immediately. The timely suggestion of Mr. High Commissioner as to the accession of the Iraqi government to the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court guarantees combating impunity and makes the perpetrators rethink their atrocities. Mr. President, the conflict could also disseminate to the neighboring countries such as Iran. So far, 2 Iranian mineweavers as well.
The delegation of Iran has asked for the floor. You have the floor.
Mr. Vice President. Mr. Vice President, unfortunately this NGO for the many times is speaking out of agenda of item, general debate of item 2. By way of Your Excellency, I would like to remind this point and the request that the stop his intervention. Thank you very much.
I will ask the speaker to continue and terminate the intervention, taking into account that we are under general 2. We have to engage we have to engage constructively with the update of the High Commissioner. This is the purpose of this part of our session. I see France who asked for the floor.
Monsieur le Président. Vice President, I too wish to raise a point of order because France believes that the scope of the discussion under item 3 is sufficiently broad to allow for country-specific situations to be evoked, particularly if these situations shed light on a general issue. We are very much attached to the question of NGOs not being systematically interrupted when they're making a statement. They must be able to speak freely under the institution-building package of this Council.
There are more interventions. I would really like to keep things in order, in good order, and we are now running behind time. This is a matter that comes back at every session. So I would plead all interventions to be constructive in that sense. I have the UK and then others. UK.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The UK would like to support comments made by my French colleague. The UK supports fully the rights of accredited NGOs to speak at the Council. While we may not agree with all comments made, we do support the right of NGOs to make them, so we would request that the Speaker be allowed to finish their statement. Thank you.
The Speaker will certainly be allowed. I've already said that to finish the statement. Talking about the fact, because there is a long list now of intervention. Please do not open a debate. This is not concerning the right of NGOs accredited that we all share and protect and highly value to intervene. This is only in relation to the part of the debate in which we are. The USA has the floor. I would like you to be very brief on this point. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. We understand the scope of this general debate to be broad. We believe it is appropriate to use specific cases or countries as relevant examples of the issues we are discussing. Thank you.
Very much. Cuba has the floor.
Thank you very much, President. We support what you've just said and has been repeated on very many occasions. Let's focus on what we're actually discussing, and we support what you've said. The NGO can continue to speak, of course, but on the subject that we're discussing.
Because Pakistan.
Thank you, Mr. President. We support what you have said and also support the point of order raised by Iran, which is on a principled position. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ireland has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. It is important to us to respect the right of NGOs to take the floor and express their views irrespective of our position on the substance of their statements. We believe that statements should not be interrupted on the grounds that an NGO mentions concrete examples of human rights violations where there's a link to an agenda item, which we see as the case here. We also note the encouragement contained in the High Commissioner's statement this morning, calling on the Council to strengthen its constructive engagement with civil society actors, and we believe this is a perfect example. Thank you.
Thank you very much. China has the floor.
Mr. Vice President, we support your ruling. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Canada has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. We support the interventions of Ireland, the UK, France, and the US. We strongly believe that NGOs should be given the right to speak and that this general debate should be broad enough to allow them to bring up human rights violations that they see fit to discuss.
Look, I see, dear colleagues, that there are a number of delegations that want to intervene. I think that the point is clear enough. I will ask now the speaker to resume the intervention, and as I said to previous speakers, because there is no rule for one speaker and for another, to frame it as I have the rules of procedure is foreseen for debate under item 2. Is there any need for other delegations to jump in? If so, obviously I will give them the floor. This will prolong our debate, and this is the first day of a very loaded session. So I would plead for the self-restraint of everybody. I think the point has been clearly made by those who have already intervened. So with your permission, I would go back to the speaker and ask him to continue and terminate the intervention. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. We wish lots of success for the new High Commissioner in his esteemed responsibility and hope that he achieves more than his predecessor on realizing all human rights for all at the end of his mandate. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. The next speaker on the list is the Agence Internationale pour le Développement. You have